everybody, and welcome back to the beautiful JW Marriott here in Phoenix, Arizona for the SMACNA Annual Convention. I had the pleasure of being joined by Matt Cramer of Dee Cramer. Matt, how you doing today?
Great, thanks, Seth.
And we're here to talk about kind of a subject that frankly has become dear to my heart, and it's obviously yours, and that's the heavy metal summer experience. Why is the heavy metal summer experience so important? An adventure, I'd almost say, it's in its third year. Why is it becoming so vital?
It's extremely important, and we're very grateful for Rick Hermanson and Angie Simon to come up with the idea. Both Rick and Angie are actually in our peer group, so we wanted to support it really right out of the gate. This past year was our first summer to be actually part of the program, but it's super important because the bottom line is the skilled trades is not being promoted as an option mainly at the high school level. I don't think, not beating up high school counselors, but the reality is you can't really post statistics on high school walls about the number of kids that went to Harvard and Yale and Stanford and Notre Dame and Michigan and all the other places and say, and we got, 63 kids into trade schools last year. It isn't sexy, I guess. No. So, and the reality is four-year colleges aren't for everybody, and this is a great opportunity to introduce kids. In our case, it was mainly sophomores and juniors in high school that haven't made career decisions yet, expose them to the sheet metal industry and the skilled trades and what the skilled trades provides.
Why do you think there is such a workforce? Because I think a lot of this is tied into the workforce shortage that our space is running into. How does a program like heavy metal kind of help alleviate that a little bit? It just opens the eyes, and it's a conversation starter. And one of the things that I think is really cool that HMSC does through their playbook is they make a big deal out of the graduation piece because you want to be able to engage the parents, because the kids really will talk about it, but more importantly, I think the parents will also talk about it. If their child, their son, their daughter has a wonderful experience through HMSC and is actually considering the trades, they're the ones that are going to talk to other parents at coffee or at a sporting event or whatever the case may be and say, hey, what's your son or daughter planning on doing after college? My son or daughter went through this heavy metal summer experience and got exposed to the skilled trades, and he or she are going to do this or whatever the case may be. So it's really just about a grassroots effort to open the eyes, give kids, and really even the kids that were in our program, I talked to a lot of the parents at graduations, and we said we obviously would love them to enter the skilled trades. We'd love them to enter the sheet metal industry. But the reality is it's as important if they decide this is something they don't want to do as it is if they decide it's something they do want to do, right? So you're just trying to open up people's eyes and let them know the advantages and the disadvantages of what it's really like being in the trade. And I'm glad you talked about that parental buy-in, because we've got a couple quotes from parents that we've met out in the field that we'd like to share here with everybody for a second.
It's incredible that someone like Rick Hermanson is willing to take the time to put this program together. I think it takes him and his team. I got to put it to them, the vision of trying to build up for the next generation, right? Not the immediate, and you're not going to see dividends now. They're 16. They probably got 2-3 more years before they get into the trades. But it takes a generation to build up for the next generation.
It's fantastic, and then she'd come home every day after the internship and talking about what she learned and what she made and how excited she was about this, and then she's planning her future and talking about all the things she wants to do. And
I want to give him the gift of being able to have choices and kind of expand his horizons. And I thought this program was a great opportunity to do so, and it has been.
And I've been to a couple camps, and I think the neatest thing is that hands-on experience. Like, they're not just like following someone around, watching what they're doing, they're actually doing it.
Yeah, the cool part that I saw at Dee Cramer, and we ran 2 camps because I have 3 shops in Michigan, so we ran 2 camps simultaneously. So on Mondays and Wednesdays we were in Saginaw, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays we were in Wixom. And it took a lot of volunteers to help get the camps off. And it was really exciting and amazing to see the employees step up, volunteer, want to be parts of the hands-on process. The union was involved. Business agents came and volunteered. I mean, and our employees, it was just unbelievable just to see the excitement that they had and the buzz that it created around the company with their involvement and them volunteering. And they weren't paid for it, right? They were volunteering. So it was really, really great to just see our whole company and the volunteers just step up and do whatever it took to make things happen for our camp.
I'm glad you mentioned one thing. The one thing I noticed at the camp, I've been to two of these. I've been to one in Boston a couple years ago, and then just this previous spring over in Kansas City. The one thing I noticed was the buy-in from labor. Like they were, and for obvious reasons, but I think there was definitely a decided interest that this was the right thing to do. And I think it's just that kind of buy-in makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, we had incredible support from the labor partners in Michigan, and even the apprenticeship school visits are extremely important, and showing what happens at the school and visiting and that side of it. But more importantly, just having the discussion in the promotion of the skilled trades and the reality that it is a partnership. It's a labor management partnership, and we just had tremendous success on it. We were the only company in Michigan to run the camp last year. I'm definitely hoping that we get 2 or 3 more this year to go along with it. The more, the merrier, the better, right?
And to your point, to that point, that's a great way to kind of wrap this up. Let's say I'm a contractor. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about, should I do this? Should I not? What would you say to that contractor?
Yeah, I would say that it's absolutely a wonderful experience. If nothing else, if you get nothing else out of it, and if none of the kids that go through your program actually enter the skilled trades, whether it's the mechanical trades, whether it's on the plumbing and piping side or the HVAC side, you will be better off for running the camp. I guarantee it. It'll raise morale with your employees. It'll build that camaraderie around an initiative that's important. And the other thing that I'll say, Seth, too, is we're a sheet metal only company. So we took the playbook and we had to modify the playbook to make sure that the classes were all sheet metal related. So we've shared our experiences and what we did in the modifications with HMSE, so they'll get it incorporated into their playbook. But for those contractors that might be seeing this, they're saying, well, we're not a combined company. We're not a full mechanical. I don't have the plumbing and piping side. I don't know if I'm just sheet metal, if I can actually run it. Absolutely, you can run it. You can make it happen. And all you need is a couple people that are excited about it, and then you'll be surprised at the groundswell with volunteers from your company. That's exactly what we had, and I can almost guarantee every company would have that same excitement.
And here's hoping. Matt, thank you so much for talking about this. I mean, like I said, we both have a passion for it, and we really hope that we're able to keep expanding and keep moving this effort forward. And I think if everyone has your attitude, I don't think we're going to have that problem.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm excited to see HMSE double next year.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Great. Thanks. Bye. Appreciate it. Thanks.